Hey, Crowley here. Today is the opening day of expanded archery season in Maine, and I'm not hunting. I don't know. If it can go wrong, it will. Uh, Last weekend, Labor Day weekend, I broke my bow, and long story short, it isn't fixed yet, and probably won't be for another 2, 3, 4 days. So anyway, if you want to find out the full story on that, you can go over on the Facebook there, Pine State Hunter there. I have a little video on that explaining just what happened and the whole story. So if you want to hear the whole thing there, you can check that out over on Facebook. But so instead of just moping around the house there, wishing I was out hunting, I decided I'd be productive and do some more scouting for the October season up in the area that I live. So that's what I'm doing today. So the area that I'm in is an area that gets hunted pretty hard in November. And I'm hoping, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that there won't be too much pressure in October. So I'm going to cruise things out and see what it looks like and decide whether or not it's worth setting up in here. So let me tell you what we got going on here. I'm in a big bedding area, and it covers quite a bit of ground. And off to the north of us is some oak and beech. And to the northwest over there is an apple orchard, and that's probably, I don't know, 700 yards or so, maybe somewhere around there. And then back behind us to the south of the southwest, there's some green fields. And what I'm going to do is just cruise this out a little bit, see if I can find some rubs, and then go from there. And you know, I've hunted this in the past, and this is usually where the deer are hanging out in November. And it might not be where they're going to be in October. You know, in November there's a lot of hunting pressure there. October they may be more up towards the oak or the apple orchard. I'm not sure there, so I'm just going to have to play it by ear, but we're going to cruise this out and see what we can find. I'd like to find some rubs, something that I can focus on there, but we'll see how it goes. So I've cruised out this stuff on the east side of that bedding area and kind of worked my way, I don't know, to the north. And there's scattered tracks here and there, but nothing concentrated. Nothing I'm too excited about. It may change later on, but right now it ain't good. So now I'm going to head right down to that orchard and check that area out. So that trail that crossed that old skid road down below, come up through and it hit this next one. And it also merged into with another trail that goes back up onto the Oak Ridge. And I know a buck was using that last year. I got chasing one around in the snow and brought him right down across this road there, and he had several rubs on that trail coming down through. And I don't know, I'll show you here in a second there. There's an apple tree right behind me, and there's a few scattered oaks right here that's got a few nuts on them too. I marked this on the map there. You know, in this country, it's bucks only. It's an interesting spot there, but I've got to see something a little bit more definitive than this before I can plan on hunting it. there's two different trails that come out into this, and I can't really see where they cross. So what I'm going to do is just go up a little bit above it and kind of swing back into the open stuff there where the old leaves are there, and I should be able to pick the trail back up. And it's headed right for that orchard I was talking about. So we'll see what happens here. So I got the trail picked back up there. I'm just going to follow it as long as it heads towards that orchard and see what we can find. Well, I don't think I got it on video there, but I just jumped a deer down in here. There's scattered beech and oak trees all through here. I haven't really seen much for beech yet, but there's acorns on the ground here, and they're pretty good size. We'll keep on going and see what we find. So, back up behind me, I don't know, a couple hundred yards, there was just a small rock wall there. It probably wasn't only 50. Hold on a second here. Ooh, spider. It was probably only like 50 yards long, and at that point, I run into a T intersection, and that intersection come down and paralleled that last road we crossed, and then come back out, going back down towards that bedding area we started in. And I'm thinking that might be the spot to set up. I've got to go down this other way and check out another area there, but I think that's a focal point there. There's 2 or 3 trails that cross in there. Pretty good deer bed there right back here. The trail going down off this hill. There's an overgrown field down below me, and on the far end of it is where the orchard is there. I'm just going to follow his trail right down through and see if we can't tie into some other ones. That might be a doe, but it's a single deer, and it's a pretty big bed. There ain't no old rubs around here anyway that I've seen so far, but I'm going to mark it on the GPS anyway. Bear trail right there. I'd say he's headed down into them apples. Battery's getting a little low here, so I'm going to have to be careful. So I've got to the first end of this orchard there, and there's a good trail going into it, and it kind of forks and goes out in behind it. I'm going to take a look around there and see if I can't find some bedding out in behind that. My battery's getting really low, so this thing could give out at any point. Well, I don't know what it's going to look like in 3 weeks there, but this area is torn up pretty good. I still haven't found a bed yet there, but I'll keep poking around there. They're bedded in here somewhere. Finally, I think I found it. I just jumped a deer. I don't think it had any horns on it. Come across here, and as you can see in behind me, that's all pretty open hardwood. And right up above me there, it looks like a cutting there with some browse and stuff there, and I'll bet you they're bedding right along that. Now that's something that probably a lot of people haven't seen. That is one of the ways that bear mark their territory in the spring. When they'll come by, they'll stand on their hind legs and they'll grab that with their teeth and snap it off. And the bigger the round the tree is and the higher up, the more dominant they are. Anyway, and this is, I'd say, where they're bedding is up in this country. The deer and bear. I haven't found any actual beds yet, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time looking. I've got to get out of here. My battery's almost dead, but I'm pretty sure that this is where they're going to be bedded, right in this area right here. Well, I saw that one deer come out of here, and I think probably 100 yards down below the bedding area is an old tote road just like this. And I think I'm going to go back down there and see if I can't find some place to set up right there. That's the track from that deer I just jumped in. Ain't no monster. And I didn't see any horns either. It might have had some, but if they did, it weren't very big. After the battery died, I crossed that road. It's opening, I should call it. And when I got onto the other side of it, I found several beds in there. And what it was is, it was up on a little hill looking down into a gut where the wind would be coming from over their back, and they could watch down into that ravine there, gut, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's going to be someplace I'm going to have to investigate just a little bit more. Also, I walked back down the hill a little ways, and I found quite a bit more bear signs, some more of those trees where they'd bitten the tops off there, and a couple of ant hills there they'd opened up. That's a place that I'm really kind of interested in there, because I've got a shot, either way. The one thing I didn't see, though, was any fresh rubs. In another week or so there should be some rubs starting there. I'm sure not all of them have there, but I see a picture on Facebook today there. Somebody got a buck and it didn't have any velvet on it at all, so a few more days to a week here and I should start seeing some of those rubs around there, and that'll give me a better idea if there's any bucks hanging right there. Should be, but I hate like anything to waste time there just watching does in an area where I can't kill them, so we'll have to see how things go. But anyway, I just wanted to finish the scouting video off there and let you guys know what I found after the battery went dead. I should have another scouting video or two there I'm going to put out here in the next few days to a week here. Hopefully another, I don't know, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm hoping to get my bow back so I can start actually hunting. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time around.